Okay, so here's my story. Once upon a time, there was a boy who was walking up Piano Street. And when he was walking home from school, he saw two black keys, which made a dog house. And inside that dog house was a mean black dog with sharp teeth and a kind of a spiky collar. And the boy was a little bit worried to walk past that dog, but he remembered in his lunchbox he had a bone left over from his chicken sandwich or something. And so he took that bone and he tossed it in the doghouse, so the dog went in, and he was able to get by really quickly. Phew! Thank goodness. But as he was walking further, he noticed another doghouse. Audrey, can you see where another doghouse might be? No. Two black keys make a doghouse. Right. There was another doghouse. Oh no, he's kind of worried for a moment until he realized it was a very soft, fluffy, kind of nice dog. And so he just gave him a pat on the head and licked his face, and he kept going. Now, did I miss any other doghouses? Very good. There's one more right here. Ethan, will you put this one inside the doghouse? Good. Or down outside his house? Very good. Now, dog starts with what letter, obviously?
D.
D. And so the name of the white note in between a family of two black keys, which make the doghouse, that note is always called D. Okay? You remember that? So if I take these off, do you think you can put them back in the right place?
Yes.
Okay. When I snap, that means close your eyes. When I clap 2 times, you can open and then fix the D's. Go for it. Very good. Now, do you think on the pianos back here, you don't have to sit at the bench, just kind of reach over the bench, and could you play every single D on the piano? Tell me how many there are. Did you get 7 too?
You're supposed to count.
That's okay. You were finding them. It's okay if you didn't count them. Come on back. There's probably 7 on that one too.
Yeah, it looks a little big.
There. Both pianos have the same number of keys. Now there's more to the story, because look how many more white keys there are. We're not going to learn all of them today, but we'll learn some of them. So the next day, the boy was walking up Piano Street. This dog's always in there asleep or something. Now, he was walking home, there was that mean dog again, and he didn't have a chicken sandwich that day. He had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so he didn't have a bone in his lunchbox. So he was getting kind of worried until he realized there was a mean, not a mean, it was a very tricky cat who loved to tease the mean dog. And so that cat was so fast and so tricky that the dog got frustrated by him and went back into his house to pout. And so the tricky cat kind of saved the day, and the boy said, thanks to that cat. And he kept walking up the street, and guess what was right here by this nice dog?
A cat?
Another cat, and they were friends, because it was a nice dog and a nice cat. So why do you think cat comes before a dog?
Oh, because they're, in the musical alphabet, C comes before D.
That's right. The piano keys are just the same as the musical alphabet. So if you ever forget where C is, just think, okay, what's the letter before D? Oh yeah, C. And then you'll remember that this note is C. Or you could remember that the cat was there teasing the dog. That works too. Okay, where does this C go, Audrey? Can you find another place to put a C? Look for a D, and C always comes before it. Very good. Now, when I snap, do you remember what to do? Let's see if you can fix the keys. Very good. Now on the pianos, do you think you could find all the C's? You don't have to count them, just find them, and every time you find one, say C when you play it. good. Nice work. The story continues. Ready for the next part? Well, the next day, the boy was walking up Piano Street, and the dog was looking meaner than ever, and the cat was asleep up in the tree. And he had another sandwich that didn't have a chicken bone in it. What other kind of sandwich wouldn't have a bone?
Grilled cheese.
You're right, he had a grilled cheese sandwich. And so he was in big trouble. The cat wasn't there, he didn't have a bone. So the boy called out, "Whose dog is this anyways?" And guess what letter comes next after D?
E.
E. So who came out but Ethan? It was Ethan's dog. And the boy said, "Ethan, could you tell your dog to go inside his house, please?" And Ethan said, "Sure, Spot." And he tossed him some food, and he went inside. And the boy said, "Thanks, Ethan." And the boy kept walking, and guess who had this dog up here?
E.
What's another E name? Have you ever heard of?
Eric.
Eric. Eric's a good one. So this dog belonged to Eric. What about, are there any girl names that start with E?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. What did you say?
Ernie.
Ernie. Emily. There's so many names that could start with E. But the thing to remember is E comes after D, just like the musical alphabet. So now we're going to mix these ones up. Whirlwind happened. See if you can fix those. Very good. C, D, E, C, D, E, C, D, E. Can you go play every E on the piano? And say E when you play it.